Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie, and in today's video, we're talking some beauty products that I bought just because of Kathleen Lights. Kathleen Lights was probably the second beauty YouTuber I ever subscribed to, and I have watched pretty much all of her uploads ever since. I watched her since she was back living in Michigan, and I love the fact that she used drugstore makeup because when I first started out wearing makeup, I really couldn't afford high-end things, so I've always liked that Kathleen incorporates affordable products into her channel. So if you want to see the products that Kathleen Lights has made me buy, just keep on watching. So the first product I have is this Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. And this is 100% Kathleen because I didn't even know Essence was a brand until her. This highlighter is so subtle. If you like a blinding glow, you won't like this highlighter. And also, if your skin is any fairer than mine, this won't work for you. But this highlighter is stunning. It's a soft glow from within. It just looks natural and it is buildable. That's what the highlighter looks like, and it's beautiful. It's a baked formula, so I feel like it really melts into the skin, and with setting spray, it's almost undetectable. But I 100% bought this product from Kathleen Lights, and it's actually one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. Another product I bought because of Kathleen Lights is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Looking at this thing, you can just see how much use I have on it. Kathleen still talks about this as one of her favorite bronzers to date, and I can see why. It smells like a tropical vacation and it goes on really smoothly. Because of my skin tone, I have an issue with bronzers being too orange and just not working for me, but this is the perfect shade, and Physicians Formula did have a shade expansion. This bronzer is perfect for every day, and I love how she'll use a Physicians Formula bronzer with like a more expensive highlighter or blush or foundation because it just shows how versatile this product is, and it really does perform like some of my other high-end things. The Maybelline Fit Me Concealer used to be Kathleen's favorite concealer, and I've actually gone through 2 other of these. I recently filmed an empties video, so I will link that up above or down below because I see how many of the Fit Me concealers I've gone through. I love this concealer. I find that it's really hydrating under the eyes, and that's an issue that I have, and that's probably why Kathleen also loves this concealer because she has dry skin. This is perfect. I know she's used a darker shade to contour, which I haven't picked up, but I'm definitely debating it considering how much I love this concealer. I have shade 5 Ivory currently, and this is a concealer that I will continually repurchase when I go out of this. Another product that I bought because of Kathleen is the Morphe Setting Spray. So it's their continuous setting mist, and it comes out like an aerosol. It's so fine, and sometimes I'll spray my face for like 30 seconds because you can't even feel the mist on you. Kathleen was the first one that used this in her videos, or at least the first one that I saw using this in her videos. And I like the fact that it talked about how it didn't really irritate her skin, how it helped set down powders, because I find my dry skin, sometimes makeup can look extra powdery and cakey. But because Kathleen loved this, I knew I was gonna love it. I find that with almost all of her recommendations, I can really trust what she's saying, and I also have similar reviews. I think she's honest even when she affiliates with brands or she does collabs, and I just love her as a YouTuber, and I love this setting mist. I've gone through 2 other bottles. This one's on its last leg, and I will definitely repurchase one, especially now that they're sold at Ulta. It's so convenient to buy. I feel like we can't talk about Kathleen Lights without talking about with ColourPop because I have so many ColourPop products here in front of me. The first product that I want to talk about are their single shadows. I've talked about how much I love single shadows on my channel, and I actually have a video discussing my favorite single shadows. So once again, I can link that up above or down below. But this isn't even a third of my ColourPop shadow collection. And I also have one of their pressed blushes and their pressed bronzers. I've talked about this blush in my Ranking My Blush collection, so I'll also have that linked up above or down below. But for $4 or $5, the ColourPop shadows perform as well as my Makeup Geek and Anastasia shadows. They're pigmented and the shimmers have such a pretty color to them. I just love them. I've never really had an issue with them being patchy, even some more of those off colors, and they have some beautiful duochromes. If you're gonna pick up any pressed shadow from ColourPop, definitely pick up the shade Glass Bowl because it's my favorite. It's just like blue-purple duochrome, and you can put it on top of another shade to transform it, and it's just the most unique eyeshadow I have in my collection. I love the ColourPop pressed powder eyeshadows, and I probably would have tried them like a year or 2 later if I didn't watch Kathleen rave about them. They're phenomenal, and ColourPop is frequently running a BYOP or Build Your Own Palette sale if you're interested in picking them up because I totally recommend them, and I have to thank Kathleen for my ColourPop addiction. I also love the ColourPop cream gel liners. I'm wearing the color Besto on my waterline right now. It's like a beautiful purpley brown, but I have 6 in total. I just have 3 in front of me, but I also have Swerve, which is the black, Honeydew, which is the nude, and Show Me, which is like a bronze color. But I also have Punch, which is a yellow, and Teaspoon, which is a green, and this is their reformulated version. Kathleen has also collaborated with ColourPop to create the Mr. Bing liner, but I didn't pick that up. But because she talks highly about how these compare to high-end liners, I picked up 6 of them, and there are definitely more on my ColourPop wish list. Would you like to see a video about the products on my ColourPop wish list? Because I feel like since ColourPop is constantly releasing products, I'm constantly adding to my wish list. So if that's a video you'd like to see, let me know down below and I'd love to film that. But when she said these are comparable to high-end liners, she wasn't kidding. I have some Marc Jacob liners and other high-end brands, and don't get me wrong, they're phenomenal. But ColourPop is right up there, and they have such cool colors, like a yellow liner, like that's so unique, and it really just adds such dimension to your eye look. I find for the most part, these really do stay well on the waterline. The one issue that I have is Honeydew, which is the nude, I find fades quicker than the rest, but I've worn Show Me, which is that bronze color, out, and I've worn it like to a club, like out at night, and I've come back the next, like that afterwards. My friends are just like, oh my God, your eyeliner's still on. I'm like, yeah, it's $5, $6. It's from ColourPop. These are phenomenal. Also, if you're someone that wants to experiment with colored liners, but not pay the high-end Urban Decay or other eyeliner prices, ColourPop is super affordable, and they've just started an affiliate program, and I believe Kathleen, as well as other YouTubers, have affiliate codes. Another product that I definitely wouldn't have picked up if it wasn't for Kathleen are the ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Lip Glosses. This is in the shade Princess Cut, and it's their clear, and I love it because I can put it over any lipstick and just get that added shine. I bought this rather recently because Kathleen did a video about like her go-to flawless makeup routine and talked about how she uses this almost as a prep step. I'm typically not someone that gravitates towards pumping lip products. And I think when I talked about this in a new makeup release video, I was like, I'm not gonna get it. But then Kathleen said she loved it, so I had to try it. This definitely isn't my favorite of the ColourPop lip formula. I prefer their normal ultra glossy lips to these, but sometimes when I feel like my lips need a little zhuzh, I'll put this on. Or if there's a color that I want in a gloss form, having a clear gloss is so convenient. It also, if you don't like minty scents or like minty taste, avoid this because it has such a strong mint flavor. Speaking of ColourPop lip products, I have 2 in front of me, but I own a bunch from Kathleen and ColourPop. Moonchild is her most recent gloss collaboration, and it's a nude color with a bunch of gold glimmer, and it's beautiful. I wear it all the time, and I love the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip Formula. I like how it has some opacity, but it's still not super opaque. It can definitely be sheared out. And I also have the Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Dreamy, which was part of the same collection in Moonchild, which was her Dream Street collaboration. I get so many compliments on this lip color. It's a beautiful rosy color, and the Ultra Satin is my favorite ColourPop formula. That's Dreamy right there. I also have Lumiere and Point Zero, but I think they're both in purses right now. But Kathleen kills it when she comes to her collaborations. I feel like her colors are unique yet wearable, and I'm always excited to see what she comes out with. However, a product I definitely wouldn't have bought if it wasn't for Kathleen are the Zodiac Loose Pigments. This is in the shade The Scales, and I did a video about products that I wish I wore more, and I included this. I bought this because it's pretty and I love supporting Kathleen because I like her so much. But realistically, I am not a loose pigment kind of girl. It's messy, it's just one extra step in my makeup routine. But this is beautiful. Like, I'm not denying how pretty this product is, but it's something that I bought because Kathleen created it. And now there's like 4 more on my wish list. It's such a pretty pink and blue color. And I think the issue I had with loose pigments was I never really knew how to apply them. I thought you needed a glitter glue and then you had to pack it down. There'd be fallout throughout the day. But when she showed all you need is a brush and setting spray to make this work, I felt like my game was changed. Like, this changed my entire life. I just wore this yesterday to a concert, and my friend stopped me and was like, what's your eyeshadow? And I was like, it's a ColourPop loose pigment. That's the shade there, and because it's dry, it's even less intense than it would be. I can try spraying my finger with some of these Morphe setting spray and seeing if you can see the full shine that this pigment really gives. but it is absolutely stunning. And it's such an easy accent piece to add to your look. There we go. So that's the wet, the scales, and that's the dry. And you can just see that beautiful duochrome shift. And it really looks like this on the eyelids, and I love wearing it. If you don't wet it, or if you wet it slightly and just pack it over the lid, it can still be used for an everyday look. But put this over like a smoky eye for a night out, and it is such a statement piece. Kathleen also made her Zodiac palette into single eyeshadows, which I think is brilliant because I love single shadows. Because I didn't end up picking up that palette because I didn't feel like I would get enough use out of it. But if you had your eye on that, that's also released as singles on the ColourPop website. Speaking of eyeshadows, the Dream Street palette is one of my top favorite palettes. I've also done a video ranking all of my eyeshadow palettes if you want to see that as well. But just looking at this, you can see how much use I've gotten. The metallics in here are some of the best metallics in my entire collection. They swatch beautifully and they're so pigmented, and they're that ColourPop formula that I know I love. You can just see how pigmented this rose gold shade is. Just one swipe and it's like a foiled metal on your eye. I love how this palette is neutral with a pop of color. You have this brown, this tan, these two like shimmery rose golds and bronze. We also have a blue, a metallic blue, and this like hot red color. So you're able to still make fun looks, but it's a palette that I've taken traveling because it does have staple colors. I'm able to wear these neutrals, and if I want to spice it up for a night out, I can pop this blue on my waterline or my lower lash line and just have the confidence to go out. I took this with me to a work conference, and it was the only palette I brought. And if you know me, bringing one palette's a big deal because I bring a suitcase full of makeup. But it was perfect, and it was so appropriate for like my business meetings. And then I went out with a friend to dinner, and I was able to wet these metallics and just make my eyes look glistening. This is one of the most high quality palettes that ColourPop has come out with. And the color scheme is just something to write home about. And the last two products I bought because of Kathleen are the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop. I've talked about them before on my channel, and I'm actually not the biggest fan of the Super Shock formula. I think a while ago, my eyeshadow collection was still growing. I thought these were the bee's knees, but now that I've experienced many more formulas and different brands, this isn't something that I enjoy using. I find that they dry out really quickly. These are both on my project pan, but to be honest, I don't think they're gonna make it to the end of the year. Can you see how crumbly and dry that is? This is in the shade Blaze, which I actually think Kathleen collaborated on, and it's a bronze with a whole bunch of glitter. It's stunning, but I find that the Super Shock shadows are finicky. They sometimes work with a finger, they sometimes work with a brush, but then you have those harsh lines because you can't really blend it out. And then if you use a brush, you'll end up like scraping off and dipping up a bunch of product. When I had like a palette and 4 single Super Shock shadows to my name, it was great. But now that I have more palettes and I know what to do with, this isn't something that I get that much use out of. I have the shade Lala, which is a stunning rose gold, but I don't even know if I could swatch this without this getting all over the place. Can you see those giant flakes of product? It's just, I keep these tightly closed and I still have issues with them flaking. They're pretty, and I'm going to attempt to get as much use out as I can before 2020, but I won't be repurchasing Super Shock shadows. I guess it's to each their own because I know people that still love and swear by this formula, but for me, it's not my favorite one that Kathleen has recommended. So that's going to wrap it up for all of the products that I bought from Kathleen Lights. Considering that Kathleen posts 3 videos a week, I'm sure I'll have another video like this next year because I always like her recommendations. I find that she's honest, and because we both have dry skin and are similar skin tones, a lot of her recommendations or products that work for her also work for me. Let me know if you'd like to see a video like this with Nikki Tutorials because she was actually the first beauty guru I ever watched. And let me tell you, half my makeup collection has Nikki Tutorials stamp on it. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, I hope you'll consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. I post about 2 to 3 videos every week, and I'd love to have you come join me on my channel next time. But that's going to wrap it up for all of the products I bought because of Kathleen Lights. Thanks for watching.